다시
불기 즉식 매덕람 리라링신인대연바디 상해 싱두믹대우알기 조근남닥싱라주발쇼 이남 구루라나만달라감니야타야미
상계
신랑 서기 정남라 장수 발두 닥미 갸수지 다기 증행 기배스남기 졸라 벤실 상계 주발쇼
상계
신랑 서기 정남라 장수 발두 닥미 갸수지 다기 증행 기배스남기 졸라 벤실 상계 주발쇼
상계
주랑 서기 정남라 장수 발두 닥미 갸수지 다기 증행 기배스남기 졸라 벤실 상계 주발쇼
Shogi shmogi. Leave there on a little piece of paper. Piece of paper. Writing.
Oh, napkin?
That's good. Okay, please read Dr. Word.
gyune 강 싹대이 gyuki 남셰 속드록 기유 두낭왈 강 누파 벨치르 강 싹대이 gyuki 큰시 율두앙 쪽바인데.
Okay, translate. Please do the first line, which is
오나
from last time. Yeah.
오나 군시 율딜 틸 세담 쉐나.
Good. Struggle with that. We had it. Okay.
Well then, I guess you claim that the kunji's objects don't fade.
Good, fade. But this is an idiom. Dare say means, does it end there? He's asking. Here's question mark. Dam is a question mark.
Oh,
Is that all there are? This means, is that all there are? Does it end there? Say, dare sena. Sedam. Does it end there? It means, is that all there is? Why? He had a short list here. We had the 5 sense powers and the 5 objects of the sense powers as being inside the kunshi, okay? Then we had that a long time ago, right? There's 3 elements in the basis half of the kunshi. Those were the 2 popular ones. What's the unpopular one?
the
Two
two
2
C's.
nasty seeds. Then, he repeats himself on the 5 powers and the 5 objects of the sense powers. And then we say, well, is that all that's in the kunshi? Is there anything else in the kunshi?
Right.
Der sedam means, does it end there? It's an idiom, der sed.
You want dare say or dare say dam?
I would say der sedam. Yeah. Well, no, I would say der sed, because sometimes it cannot be a question.
Okay.
It ends there, that's all there is. And he asks, is that all there is? Well, now, it's weird for me, and I know there's a reason for it, but I'm still getting used to it. I was not taught this particular book directly. So, it's a little weird for me, but I'm getting used to it. The main thing about kunchi is blue, right? And physical awareness of blue by your eye, not by your mind, okay? And then those 2 bad seeds, right? Those are the 3 things in the refrigerator part, 3 sections in the refrigerator. Then the seeds are sitting on them. This part ripened already. This part is waiting to ripen, okay? By the time you see blue, that seed has ripened. But there's other blues waiting to ripen in your mind if you've given away a lot of blues. All right, so, and then the consciousness of the blue, the mind consciousness, the awareness of the blue, the visual awareness in this presentation gets shunted off as just a branch thing from this.
Sense power.
And you would think it would be more important,
Yeah.
but they don't treat it that way. Oh, by the way, you also have consciousness of what you saw. And that's assumed
Right, okay.
if you have the eye. If we say the eye is there, then gyune, okay, then indirectly, this is the gyu with a B on it. Okay, it's not the one you know. It's not stream, it's not mind stream.
It's not called.
It's got the B. This is the one in Gyupe Lama.
Oh, you're Parampara Lama?
Oh, is it?
Yeah, lineage Lama, meaning indirect Lama. Okay, so indirectly, as an outcome of the second one, growing off the second one,
Okay.
we have in that person's gyu without the B.
In their mind stream.
Yeah, okay, see the difference?
Yeah.
So never mistake Burgyu for Rugyu, okay?
Impossible.
So indirectly, in their mind, we can say there's the Namshe Druk,
The 6 consciousnesses
the group of
Sense
6 consciousnesses. You always have to translate it as
group.
the group of 6 consciousnesses.
Okay.
Because Namshe Tsogu or Namshe Tsoge are bad ideas. Okay, Namshe Tsoge, who accepts?
We do.
Mind
Mind
only.
only.
Oh, you got your hat on, don't you?
You don't see it? Where's your...
Namshe Tsogdru, everybody else accepts. Abhidharma accepts, Prasangika accepts. The group of 6 consciousness. What I see, what I hear, what I smell, what I taste, what I feel, what I think. Six consciousness. Namshe Tsogdru, the group of 6 consciousness. They add negative consciousness and foundation consciousness. I'm anxious to get to negative consciousness because I've heard rumors about how it interacts with the foundation consciousness, and I'm interested to learn about it. I don't know much about it. Okay. Anyway, so you have those things which are able, okay, which can
Appear.
appear as the objects of the 6 senses, the group of the 6 senses. The group of the 6 consciousnesses. Not the senses. So most of the things that are capable of making an appearance to any of the 6 consciousnesses, I'll say it again, most of the things which are capable of making an appearance to the 6 consciousness, Pelcher,
Yeah.
most of
Majority
them,
Probably.
and that's a heavy Maingan.
Because some of them don't.
Some
We
that
let
are-
most people in this club.
Not
Yeah.
you.
Okay, it means there must be big exceptions.
Yeah.
There must be important exceptions. The minute you hit Pelcher, if you know Tibetan well, it's like someone's going to get left out. Okay, Pelcher, Kaza de Gyuki Kunshiang Yud Jopanyinte. We can also say these are objects. We can also say that these also are part of the Alaya Vijnana of that person. Okay, of that person. What? Most of the things that are normally perceived by the 6 consciousnesses, which opens things up pretty wide because of number 6. Okay, the mind consciousness can be aware of a lot of weird stuff. Okay, the first 5 consciousness, colors, tastes, sounds. But
Smell.
if you say we're going to allow the objects of the 6th consciousness, then you better tell me, I don't believe all of those are going to make it into the kunchi. So the
Yeah.
exceptions are mostly in the 6th
Six,
one.
yeah.
There's going to be some
Theoretical
things.
ideas or something.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. There's going to be weirdo things
Yeah.
that, don't have to be the object of the 6th consciousness.
Not to mention, how do you justify the existence of that logically without sense objects to relate to them?
Yeah. People will get
Yeah. Please read.
Nurjuk ga kang sakte la nang she pe nang kengi gang sakte taktun sel na kunshi La mi ne peso.
This is extremely famous in Middle Way. Okay. Tani tape datin sewe sena minye. Say tani tape
Tani tape
datin sena
takten selna
minye.
minye.
Very, very famous in Pasandipa. Very, very famous. If you want to do a mantra, that's a good one. Tani tape datin sewe sena minye. Minye means you cannot find it. Minye means you cannot locate it. Okay. Tani tape datin means the thing which gets the name.
Yeah.
The thing which receives the name. The stuff, what Mr. Wu's question was, the parts of the pen that receive the name pen. The parts of the pen that get called pen, tani tape tatin, tsawa itsena. Tsawa is the tsawa and chaksa. Different, it's the first column.
Oh.
Search, yeah. When you look for, when you go looking for the thing that got the name, minye.
You won't find it.
You'll never find anything. That comes from its own side.
Right.
Yeah.
Thanks.
That's
Okay,
right.
okay, okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Punch
You
line.
will find pen parts. So in the lower Madhyamika, can we say tani tape tatin sewe tsena nye or manye? Do they find? Yeah, they
according
find.
to the way
They're
we
there.
did say.
There it is.
They've been waiting for you to call them pen for a long time. They've been waiting out there to be called pen. Then to justify that, they go to the example of the magician.
Right.
Right.
And how that works, you can talk to Word if you don't remember.
Magic show.
They say the magic show metaphor only works if the parts were already there.
Right. Right.
You want to explain it?
They kind of-
So you want to take a shot?
The magic show?
Yeah.
Okay, so in India there's magic
No,
show.
not that much explanation.
What is it? What's it
Tell me the three
Cows and
options.
goats are running about.
The three perceptions that are going on.
Yeah, the three people.
The three people
Wait,
going.
listen.
The three people are those who watch the magician change the thing into the stick into a cow.
Yeah.
They see it and they believe it.
Yes. There's the magician himself who sees it but doesn't believe it.
And then there's the guy who came
There's a
later.
guy who's come later who both sees it and doesn't believe it.
Doesn't see it.
Doesn't see
Oh,
it.
doesn't see it.
While these people are yelling about this little stick,
Yeah.
it doesn't look like a horse to him.
Thank you.
If the stick didn't appear as a horse, the third guy wouldn't see anything. If there were no parts to a pen,
Right.
the third guy wouldn't even see the stick.
So you still see it.
Okay, so that's the story they tell to justify that the parts of the pen must have been there before, or else the third guy wouldn't see anything. But he sees the little stick that the guy made into a horse. So for them, the little stick is the parts of the pen. Okay?
This is a lower Madhyamika, is that right?
Yes, your view.
Okay.
Excuse me. Okay, so here's the verb. Dakten sel na. If you look for the thing that got the name. Okay? Tani tape dakten sel itsena. If you look for the thing that got the name. Okay? Now, when you say that, what's this car after a number?
Oh, that it includes.
Oh, both.
Up to
All
include.
the six.
All blank, all 6, all 5, all 4, all
Yeah,
2.
yeah, yeah.
Tuka means all 6.
Yeah.
Okay, tuka. Okay, when you say that all 6 objects, why did he say that? Because we just said
The six-
Culture.
the six
you've got these
conscious.
6 sense consciousness going on as an implication of the second group
Objects of the same.
of 5 sense powers. Why you go to 6, I don't know. But anyway, okay,
That's the,
He did
Jason
that.
Kappa does that in the root text.
everybody does that.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well, in Abhidharma, the 5 make the 6th. Yeah, that's another story. Okay, so when you say all 6 objects are appearing to that person, okay, and you go looking for the person to whom they appear, got it? Okay, I'll say it again. When you say all 6 objects of consciousness appear to the person, and you go looking for the person, who's the one to whom it is appearing? Ken means E-R. Shinken, carpenter. Doken,
Oh, yeah.
goer. Okay? Shenken, knower. Okay?
Can appear
So
right.
here it means the guy to whom things are appearing. Okay? When you go looking for the person who was given the name the guy to whom things are appearing. Okay, got it? There's a guy who we call the guy who's seeing 6 different things. When you go looking for him, who is that guy?
You don't find it
You couldn't find anything other than
other
Kunchi. Kunchi's the only thing in this school that's cool enough to get to be the thing we call the guy to whom everything appears. When you go looking for who's the person, what person? Person. Who's person? The guy who's seen the 6 things. Oh, what do I want to call person? What are you going to call his fingers a person? His toes are a person? The only thing left is Kunchi. That's got to be the person. Okay? That's got to be the one we call the guy who's experiencing the world. Okay? When you say guy who's experiencing the world, you're talking about this. Kunchi. When you apply that name, guy who sees the world, where are you going to put it? There ain't no other place. Okay? Le Minier. You could never find another one except for le, other than
Karma.
Kunchi.
Bible karma.
Okay? Are you okay with this sentence now? Okay, I'll say it again slow. When you say the word Shepa, okay, the person to whom these 6 objects are appearing, okay, the person to whom all 6 objects are appearing, and you go looking for the thing you gave that name, okay, of what kind of name? The one to whom everything is appearing, right? You go looking for who deserves that name. You won't find any part of a person better than Kunchi. Kunchi's the one. Okay, got it?
Apprehender.
apprehendero.
Now this is tough.
That's not a word.
I'm supposed to.
Did you read this one yet?
No. Andre Kunshi Yulwang Dunni Sumaze Par.
Don't say Z for Z.
Oh, se.
Masay. Say.
Mase.
Just it's a low tone. Z is a low tone. S sound. Low tone S. Separ.
Me Masepar.
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 Tumbao.
Tumbao.
Now, when you see da, and when it's got an instrumental in a commentary to a root text, he's saying what that means, what that word means is blah blah blah. Okay, so anytime in your text, all the texts which are commentaries to a root text, okay, when you see da in the instrumental with anything in front of it, go look in the root text and see if it's there. Because what he's saying is the word ang in the root text is meant to indicate tumbao. Go to the end. Okay, I'll say it again. The word ang da, in the root text is meant to indicate, and then whatever's in the middle.
What they're teaching.
Okay, so let's go back to the root text. It's right here. Kunshi yu duang. We also say these are objects in the kunshi. We also say these are objects in the kunshi. So what's the word also mean in the root text? Yeah, this is going to be bolded, super bolded. Okay. What's the word also? It's a mayengan. Meant to indicate in the root text. He says, Mase, Nisu, Mase. Give me, come on, give it to me.
Don't. Oh, sorry.
We started out with this say. We started out today with this say.
He knows it.
Those two don't it doesn't end there.
Oh,
with
I'll
those two.
kiss you, I'll kiss you. It doesn't end there. It doesn't end with those two. Okay? What is it that's acting as the object of the kunchi? What's the kunchi looking at? Well, there's two that we all know about. What are they?
The objects and the
Five sense objects.
and the powers.
The 5 sense powers. Okay? But it don't end there.
Yeah.
That's not all. Okay? Got it?
Yeah.
And the and in the root text is meant to say Okay. The root text says these are also established as objects of kunshi. These are also established as objects of
That's
kunshi.
the
Also implies beyond the 5 and the 5. The 2 didn't get mentioned. The 2 seeds don't get mentioned for a while. That's okay. They're not really there anyway, are they? They're just
Nominally
there.
tiny.
Yeah. Okay. All right. You okay with that sentence? Yeah. Wang bonga dunga. Wang bonga dunga. Okay. That's not all. Yeah. Okay. Now comes the question. This is kind of intriguing at this point. Please read.
Ona gangsakte soktruki yul tamche kunshi la nangwa yinam nyamna.
Nyamna. So you may ask yourself, you may ask yourself a question, and here's a question mark. Okay. Nam. So the 6 consciousnesses, the normal, all Buddhist schools accept 6 consciousnesses came from the Abhidharma teachings. This group of 6 consciousnesses, they see lots of stuff. Are all of them in the kunshi? That's the guy's question. Okay. Are all the things which normally act as objects of the group of the 6 consciousnesses inside this person, are they all appearing to the kunshi? You may ask this question. I'm so glad you did. I'm going to cut it here, and your life will be easier. Okay? Now, just to set you up, the first part that I cut out are objects. The second part I cut out are not objects.
They're not objects in the kunshi, they're just not objects.
The kunshi doesn't perceive them as objects.
Wow.
Okay? So, these are easy. We know all these. Okay? What are they? Go ahead.
Wangpo nga tang de yul dun nga tang kunshi tengi nunpar chupa tang daktu tawa tang sipe yen laki bakchak nam.
Yeah, so it's not a sentence yet. He's just listing things that are in the kunshi.
Okay.
Some of them we've met, some of them we haven't met. Okay. Wambunga.
The 5 powers.
Yeah, good. And their objects,
Yeah, they're 5 objects.
which is the Dunga, the 5 objects. Okay. And we can say Kunshi Tengi Mumbajapa, expression, which relates to the Kunshi. Expression, Abi is something, Baka or something, which relates to the kunshi. I don't know what it refers to.
It's a shame because
It's like Judah Maker Bakchak. Remember Judah Maker Bakchak?
Yeah, that's the Jura, but
We got stuck on that in the last text.
yeah, kunshi tengi mumajimba. Verbalization, relating to the alaya vijnana. I would take it something like that. Who's verbalizing?
The perceiver,
The Bakchak? The Kunshi?
the one
Who's the namer in the kunshi system?
The Bakchak.
Namshe number 6. Consciousness
Oh.
number 6. Says
Thought
this is blue, this is...
Oh.
Oh,
We had it already.
so this could be referring to the sixth
These
consciousness
are
of
the
thought.
names given by 6.
Numbo. Oh, I remember that much.
Oh, do you?
Oh, where are you?
Do you
Nope. Maybe he split it. Nope. Let's try Ali Pingo. Do you know that?
No.
Oh, yeah. Number she. Yeah. Anyway, about that.
A few dogs.
Yeah, here.
Okay.
The sixth consciousness does the.
Which one does?
No, that's a different one. Anyway, that's his job. Number six consciousness gives names.
Okay.
Okay, Ming Dok. Okay. I gotta go find it now. It's a part. It's just,
Point of pride.
here you go. Yisheki, the sixth consciousness, which is Trukpe in the text. Okay.
Oh, you should.
Looks at the powers and their objects and calls them what they are.
Okay.
Okay, Tane Dok. That's the sixth consciousness's job. Sorry. And then we have Dr. Tawa,
Oh, the view of yourself?
the view that there is a self nature, which in the mind only school, there's three. Give me any of them.
The kuntaking onto
Right.
applying a name
Give
to
me
it.
three gakchas.
Oh, outside.
An object which has a label.
Seeds,
Object.
An object which could not grow out of the same seed as its subject.
something that has qualities of its own.
Something which could be an outer object.
Anything which deserves its given name by definition.
No.
Which is Ngumpo because it's yeah.
Okay. The thing which should have been called what it was called.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, got it?
Yeah.
So, Dr. Tawa, the opposite three flavors. So, Dr. Tawa in this system means sees as self nature in things. Either believes that subject and object came from a different seed, or believes that this blue is an outer object, or thinks that the thing that things are called had to be the thing that they were called. Okay? Tatu. And then, Sugan will be interested to know. Sipe Yenlat. Kibakcha. The seeds for the various components of samsara. Okay, the seeds for the various components of samsara. I think he's talking about Dangzingi Bakchak and Chuki Dangzingi Bakchak and Kanzaki Dangzingi Bakchak. Okay, those two bad guys. Two pieces of fish in there. Okay. So those are okay. Those get to be in the club.
Okay.
They come through the door. They check their ID, and these guys get to come through. The five objects of the senses, the five senses themselves, verbalization needed for Kunshi to do its job. Okay. The view that things have their own nature, one of those three natures, and the various the seeds, deep seeds for the various components of samsara. Those guys get to live in the bhakti. They get to be in the fridge.
And the kunchi.
Sorry, in the kunshi, yeah, sorry. Now, here's a list of guys who don't make it. Okay, here's a list of guys who are excluded from the club.
I've been waiting a long time.
Okay,
This is
go
part
ahead.
of the
Yeah, we've been
kunshi
waiting
all,
for
or is
this.
this the basis part of it?
It must be the basis part, but let's keep going.
Okay.
We didn't get to
We
that.
did not.
Okay, keep going.
Le Shempa Drukpa Iki Nampar Shepa Kone Tintang Kiyul Sungra Bien Lak Chu Ni Kishong Sek Tu Ngyur Pe Mingdang Ige Duma Ndupe Mingi Tsok Dang
Okay, keep going.
Siki Sok Nen Pama Yin Pe Duje Dang Tepa Dang Maong Padang Namka Dang Kokpa Sokni Kunshi Sintanki Yuldi Mi Ngyorte.
Okay, go. You have to make your day. these don't get to be Kunchi's objects. Things that Kunchi can't look at.
Yeah.
Okay. And he adds the word zintang.
Held
Okay.
Held on the outside or something? Object hold.
You know, I go again. We should study this from K to J. There's Migyu, Shenyu, Zindangiyu. Okay, and they're different. Migyu means what you're looking at. Shenyu means what you interpret it as. And Zindangiyu.
How you hold the
What you
object?
believe it to be.
Yeah, you could say that. What you believe it to be. I think so. Tongue is that thing that horses do. Gait.
Yeah.
Zindangiyu.
Mode of
How you take it. How you take it and how it appears to you is different. Okay? You look at the glass, it seems to be a certain way, and do you buy in or not? Three different objects there. The glass, what it seems to be, and how you take it. Do you buy it or not? Do you buy that appearance or not? Okay? Do you shemba that appearance? Zindangiyo means how it appears to you. Migyo means what you're looking at. You look at the cup, it appears to come from its own side. Do you buy it or not? Okay, got it?
Yeah.
Is it a
This way is
mind
talking about how do you see it.
I think it's logic.
Is it a mind only?
It's very popular in the second school,
That's-
but it's crucial for the fourth school. Okay, so he took the trouble to add Zindangiyo a couple of times here. He must have thought it was important. Okay, something that appears to it.
Oh, I thought it was
Shenyo means how you take it, right?
I thought it was.
What you believe it to be. Yu. Oh, sorry. Migyo, Nangyu,
Yeah.
Zindangiyu, Shenyu. Migyo, what you look at.
Yeah.
Nangyu, what it appears to be. Zindangiyu, how you take it. Shenyu, do you buy in or not? Okay.
These are not objects.
They're all objects.
These are all objects.
Yeah, all different ways of describing objects. Yeah. Okay, we can study it sometime. Migyo, what you're looking at. Nangyu, what it appears to be. Okay. So, anyway, he keeps saying Zentangiyo. The way you take it. Okay, the object as you take it. Okay. Nishamba duki yiki namashipa kone kiyu. Now let's consider objects of perception which can only be perceived by the sixth consciousnesses. Okay? Let's talk about objects of perception which can only be perceived by consciousness number 6. For example, easy example, the idea of future or past.
Right.
Okay, you can't see it with your eyes, you can't smell it, you can't taste it. It's only something that exists for consciousness number 6. Okay? So he's gonna, when he's excluding consciousnesses from Kunchi,
Actually, an object from Kunchi, right?
sorry,
Objects which can be
when he's excluding objects from Kunchi, most of them relate to things that only the six objects, only the six consciousnesses can, sixth consciousness can perceive.
Yeah.
Like time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, right.
Okay, so let's go. Here's a list. Now, to understand the next piece, a couple things gotta happen. And this is an Abhidharma idea. Okay, say Mingitok. And Sikitok. Mingitok. And Sikitok. Yeah, now, in the Abhidharma, there's a debate, okay? Are names concepts or physical? Alright, when I say Sugam, is that name, is it physical or is it an idea?
So, physical?
If I don't make it physical, you can't hear it.
Right. Okay. Oh.
So it must be physical. Yeah. Yeah, but for me to understand it as a name, I gotta have mind, right?
Yeah.
So there's a game in Abhidharma. They talk about names as being, there's a split. There's two opinions about names. Some people say obviously they're sounds. Obviously they're physical. Nick. N-ik. Okay, it's obviously a sound. But it's also a concept, right? It's an idea that you apply to Nick. Okay. So we make the differentiation between Mingitsok and Sikitsok. Okay? Collections of names and collections of words. Okay? Collections of names and collections of words. Okay? It's an Abhidharma thing. Let's go into it and you'll see. Okay?
Yeah.
Here we go. These are things which are not allowed in the kunshi. They're excluded from the club. Okay? Sunam Yan Lakshini. Anybody know
The
this?
string of lives?
These are the famous 12 parts of Buddhist literature. Buddhist literature defines Buddhist literature as having 12 parts. Okay?
Yeah.
It deserves a footnote. It deserves some of our time. Okay. I remember when I got to the monastery, they made me a monk. The next day they put me in the debate ground, and they said, "How many years you studied with Kenrinpoche?" I said, 8 years. They said, "Okay, let's see. You should be in middle way." So they threw me into the middle way class. These guys have been debating for 8 years. Right? And then they set me down in front of Gyume Khensa Rinpoche. He's gonna become the holder of Tsongkhapa's throne. Okay? They put me in front of him. At that time, he was just a student. You know? And they're like, debate him. And I'm like, okay, what do you want to talk about? He says, give me the 12 parts of Buddhist scripture. I'm like, bah. Then after like 3 hours of embarrassment, I went upstairs. I said, I'm going to start from the beginning. I will go back 8 years. Start me over. They said, you're going to lose 8 years. I said, it's worth it. Put me in the kindergarten. And it was the smartest thing I ever did. It took a lot of battering on my pride. You know? I could do middle way. No, I'm going back to Dura. Send me to the Dura class. These are all like 16-year-olds. So here I am like 30. Everybody else is 16. And I was always 8 years older than everybody. All right? All my Geshe comrades were 8 years younger. Okay? But I'll never regret it. I went back to the beginning. Okay? Anyway, this was the subject. I'll never forget. Do I remember the 12? No. Okay. We'll look them up.
We did it at Diamond Mountain.
We did it at Diamond
Taught
Mountain.
this in Diamond.
I have taught it, yeah. It's in the Lamin. Yeah. Anyway, Shungtsik to Kyope, so which exist as words of the scriptures, means names in the form of words in the classics. Names in the form of words in the classics, okay? Which are called collections of many
Letters.
names or letters, okay? Collections of letters. Sometimes they're called collections of letters. Many, Duma, okay? Mingitsok, collections of names, which is defined as in scripture, to express scripture, the use of multiple words and syllables to express the 12 great subjects. Those are called Mingitsok. Okay? And Tsikitsok, collections of words, collections of names or collections of words. Okay? So I guess you could say the sounds that make up words and the collections of words that make up books.
The syllables.
The syllables that make up words. The groups of syllables that make up words.
Yeah.
And then the collections of words which make up books.
Right.
Okay? Those are, this one's worth $50. Translate the next piece. I'm getting the money ready just because I have faith in you guys.
Those do not
I'm
function as samskaras.
Say again?
Those are not samskaras.
Sanskara?
Duje.
Yeah, right. But you're halfway there. You're $25 into it. I hope I got 50 in here. I'm pretty confident about not needing it.
Those are not well put together.
Oh man, you're getting worse and worse. I'm waiting. Bob Harper says.
Things which are
Those
put
are
together, things which are put together, which aren't those things, which aren't the list that we just.
all those are put together, but they're not in the kunshi.
You guys are hurting my ears. Okay, it's safe. You guys get back in my purse. Anyway, there wasn't $50 in here. I was that confident. I'll say it briefly. I'll abbreviate it. Ready? Demenduce.
Demenduce,
Gu
uncomposed.
dang gen.
Demenduce.
Come on. Anyone who studied
Yeah.
DCI 7.
The third kind
things
is the
which are
third
neither,
thing.
uh,
It's
physical
mental
nor
or physical.
mental.
Changing defined as changing things which are neither
mental or physical.
nor mental.
physical nor mental. Okay, changing things which are neither physical nor mental. Which are some examples we give during DCI level 7? Michael, good. Concept,
Time as well.
maybe time, and the seed,
Mm-hmm.
bakchas, in the mind.
And we should have
Seeds in the mind are not
I know.
mine. Somebody tell me why.
Good.
Good. Oh man, I'll kiss you, but there's so much stuff. And I might get you sick, but it's too late. Okay,
So is that the full form of Demenduce then?
it is.
So that is.
No, it's not the form. This the full form.
Oh, okay. It's all. It's the,
Suk dang sam dang demba mayambe duche.
okay.
Suk dang sam dang dembe duma chiki duche chuki mayambe duche. It's weird. Okay.
Can you move your little cursor to show us where you are? I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm tracking.
den
Okay.
min
Thank you.
do che. A changing
Oh,
thing
it's the-
which is
okay.
neither physical or mental. A
Yeah,
small group,
Yeah,
small but important group under changing things. Okay.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
This is the longer nickname.
All changing things are physical
Yeah.
or aware or concepts.
Mm-hmm.
Roughly concepts,
White horse.
including potentials,
Yeah.
meaning karmic seeds. Okay?
Mm.
They're in the mind, but they don't see things.
Yeah.
They don't get to be called mind. Okay, good.
We're a large group in this.
Now, I think it's now he's made a decision about a classic Abhidharma question.
Right there.
Right there.
About the categories of things.
About words.
Oh, are
They
they mental?
are
They're
part-
mental
they-
then.
Yeah,
Mhm.
for him they are concepts.
Mm-hmm.
They
Yeah.
are not physical.
Not mental.
He's
Okay, got it?
But he's
If
talking
they were
about the,
physical, if we're talking about
Sound.
physical sounds, al, l, si,
Right.
m.
Right.
If we're talking about that, that's easy. Kunche sees it.
Yeah.
It's one of the five objects.
but he's specifically just talking about the sick here, and
Exactly.
not the Ming. Yeah.
No, he's talking about both.
Meaning?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he said Ming, clumps of
Ming.
names, which means clumps of sounds,
Yeah.
and clumps of words, meaning books.
Just putting them together. Okay.
Both of them are in this third category,
Mm-hmm.
changing thing, which is neither physical nor mental. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And it makes sense that that would not be,
Seen by Kunchi.
Physical.
what'd you say?
Experienced by Kunchi.
Oh, I'll kiss you, but he's between us.
Don't
Okay?
move.
It would make sense
It's not
that
experience.
Kunchi'd have trouble seeing that.
Sure.
Teacher.
Okay? Concepts,
Yeah.
ideas,
Teacher. Why?
I don't know. Okay.
Those.
A couple minutes left.
It is harder to see. The idea of Nick, and tell somebody it's not physical or mental.
I see it.
That's a little more difficult for people. That requires some thought, you know.
So
Okay,
Kunchi doesn't see it, who does?
Well,
sixth
Yuki
consciousness
Yuki number.
outside of that,
Oh, you're saying, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's even weirder.
because they say
But it's
8
not
consciousnesses, right? Which means they still count
Yuki number
the sixth one
Uh-huh.
here.
So it's like floating somewhere.
So then you
No, Yuki number Shiva sees it. There's a sixth consciousness that we didn't.
They
talk
accept
about.
8.
Yeah.
Number 6 is still the same.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Seven doesn't see
Must
it,
be,
six does.
must be where
Now
it's
next
going.
one is easy word. This one here.
Dipa.
Yeah. What?
Nirvana.
Yeah.
As opposed to Mongba.
The past and future.
Yeah, past as opposed to future.
Uh,
The past, the future. Here's a couple others that you would expect Kunchi to have trouble
Sure,
finding.
empty
Space.
Empty space.
Cessations and such.
and
Cessation.
cessations, okay, which are also kind of megoks. He's having trouble with concepts. Kunchi's having
Mr.
trouble
Kunchi.
seeing concepts. Okay? Kunchi's mainly focusing on blue, perception of blue, okay, things like that. You say, Kunchi, can you figure out space? Okay. Can you figure out time? No. Or can you figure out expression, like words? The concept of a word. No, I can hear sound, but not the concept of word. Okay, got it? Okay, excluded from the club.
That's kind of cool.
These and others, unnamed others, which is just like a real club sign. I used to always be the unnamed others that were not allowed in.
Which is like, it's a real mark of this still being a functionalist school.
Yeah, they mingle. They mingle.
They change.
They don't get
They
included.
don't.
They don't get included into the yules,
Object.
which are held by Kunshi.
Uh-huh.
Okay, got it?
Cool.
Yeah.
That's not the Mingir in like the name, right? Is that a different?
No.
By the way,
Finger.
Yeah, Mingir.
the sentence I was looking for is right here.
Mm.
And I'm just going to give you a preview. I know you guys want to go. I don't care. Because the job of the sixth consciousness
Yeah.
is to name things,
Cool, good.
is to give different names. This is this. This is that. That's the job.
Oh, yeah, there's your...
Didi, didi, didi.
Um,
Gives names to things. Okay. And now,
This is this.
I want to set you up for next time. Okay. I want to set you up for next one time. Read this last little sentence here. Hang in there. Focus. Kunchi ni, the kunchi is wemba of dushi.
Is that is devoid
Devoid of dushi.
remote?
of discrimination.
Nice. Very nice.
Yeah,
Right.
you need a union membership up for
Good
that.
job, man.
Yeah.
Where, now this is really weird. It's devoid of discrimination where it is linked with holding to tawa. Holding to tawa. It is devoid of discrimination where it is linked with holding to tawa.
Auspiciousness.
God.
Yeah, this is the dan tashi dane.
It was.
This is the dan tashi dane. And that means shining.
Auspiciousness.
Shining.
What,
So what is
what
that-
in
how
the
does
hell
that
are we
relate?
talking about?
Yeah, what is that? What's going on?
This is a very deep expression about the nature of consciousness. How much of your mind is illuminated?
Uh-huh.
How much of your mind deals with illuminated objects? Okay.
Meaning knowing. things.
We're gonna do it later.
All right. So this is
Because it took me so long to figure it out, I'm very proud of it. And
Yeah.
I want to stretch it out as long as I can. I went and got
Repeat the
you.
unintelligible sentence one more time.
Well, I went and got you Kitty J's explanation,
Wow. Cool.
which is awesome.
Is it from a
As
dose of
usual.
emptiness?
Yeah,
Okay.
Cool.
from a dose of it.
Could you just give us the koan to struggle with?
Yeah, one more time. Does the kunshi possess discrimination?
No.
Maybe, but definitely not the one that deals with
Shining
deals
things.
with.
illumined,
Illuminant.
with illumination, with
Luminance.
shiningness.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, doesn't have
Makes sense, too, 'cause
discrimination
We just got through talking
that
about
deals with
you can just perceive.
inner light. How's that?
Inner light.
Yeah.
That's easier.
Okay,
It's
it
waiter
doesn't.
friendly.
Kunchi refuses to deal with discrimination, which is lit from the inside.
Okay.
It's confusing.
What's that mean? You have to come back after the break, no matter how badly you don't want to.
No matter how sick you are.
Sick, just forget it, okay? No, they asked. I translated for the Dalai's doctor, right?
You're sick.
And somebody said, "Well, you know, if I'm just being healthy," he laughed. He said, "Healthy?" And he said, "Yeah." And he said, "What's health? What do you think health is?" The guy said, "You know, all my elements are in balance." He said, "That." He
That'll last
said,
a
"It
month."
never happens. You're always sick. You have brief periods where they're all in balance. It's like, I don't know, when the coin lands on the side. You know, then the rest of the time in your life, you're sick. Give it up. Learn to deal with it. Learn to work when you're sick. you can be a lot more productive. Because you're going to be sick most of the time. Okay. Did we do that?
No.
Sashi.
Buki Jushing Metokcham Rira Vishin Yente Yambari Sangye Shingdu Mikte Uwargi Yokun Namdak Shingla Chuparsho Idam Guru Radamandala Gandhiyatayami
Gewa.
Di Gewokun Sunam Yeshe Zozoishin Sunam Yeshe Lechungwe Damba Kuni Dobasho.
Shogi shmogi. Have a good break. Please rest. Please
thank
rest.
You, Mama.
Okay, goof off, watch a lot of movies, eat too much,
Feel
go somewhere,
okay.
don't exhaust yourself having fun. No, but really take 2 days off. You too, Stagey. Don't let Scott give you a bunch of things to do. Okay? You're supposed to have a vacation for 2 days. Okay? I want to see some serious goofing off. No, that's part of Buddhist practice.
Sounds great.
To know when to take a break and to know how to take a break. If you don't know how to take a break, you won't survive as a translator. Okay? You gotta goof off when it's time to goof off. Okay? I want to hear stories. Who did the most useless things? I have a cowboy movie in mind. Okay, good luck.
Thank you guys a lot.
Yes,